We are going to go through question number 1 on SAT practice number 5. So 20% of 440, you can easily type this into Desmos, or you can just do it by hand. So 20 over 100 is 20%. That's going to be 2/10. So you can take this tenth, move your decimal point over, and then just multiply by 2. So your answer is 88. Argon is placed inside a container with a constant volume. The graph shows the estimated pressure Y in pounds per square inch of the argon when its temperature is X kelvins. What is the estimated pressure of the argon in PSI when the temperature is 600 kelvins? This is just a simple graph interpretation problem. So it is asking you to identify the temperature in kelvins, which is 600, and it's asking us to identify the pressure. So this answer is going to be 12. The function f is defined by f of x equals 4x minus 3. What is the value of f of 10? What we're going to do here is we're going to plug in this value 10 everywhere that there is an x in the problem. So we're going to have f of 10 equals 4 times 10 minus 3. So f of 10 is equal to 40 minus 3, which is 37. Which expression is equivalent to 16x cubed y squared plus 14xy? On these, I would encourage you to look at your answers first to see if you can eliminate any. We're looking for the greatest common factor between 16x cubed y squared and 14xy. Well, these last two options, C and D, are not possible because 16 is not divisible by 14. What they're doing here is they're making you think that you have to subtract 16 minus 14 to get 2. That's not correct. And D is also not right. So when we're looking for the greatest common factor, we can break down 16 into 4 times 4, and then also into 2 times 2. Then we have x cubed and y squared. So the prime factorization of 16x cubed y squared will look like this. 14 will be broken down into 7 and 2, and then we have x and y. The easiest way that I have found to find the greatest common factor is to write it out this way and then identify what they have in common. They both have a 2xy in common, and that's where they're getting this from. Now, what's left after you've pulled those out are everything that you have remaining that I'm going to highlight here in yellow. So we have 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. We have x times x, which is x squared, and then y left over here. We'll bring down this plus sign, and we're going to have plus 7. So this is what should belong inside of our parentheses here. A veterinarian recommends that each day a certain rabbit should eat 25 calories per pound of the rabbit's weight, plus an additional 11 calories. Which equation represents this situation, where C is the total number of calories the veterinarian recommends the rabbit should eat each day if the rabbit's weight is X pounds? So when we are looking at this one, a rabbit should eat 25 calories per pound of the rabbit's weight, plus an additional 11 calories. So the 25 is going to be multiplied by the number of pounds that the rabbit has, plus an additional 11 calories. That one is not multiplied by anything, so this option is D. If 6n equals 12, what is the value of n plus 4? In this case, what we want to do is an inverse operation, and we're going to divide 6n by 6 to get n equals 2. Then we can substitute this value in up here. So the value of n plus 4 is going to be 2 plus 4, which is 6. On this problem, you'll probably start to think that you have to FOIL this, but actually you don't have to. You can go ahead and add 7 to both sides. So you get d minus 30 times d plus 30 equals 0. This is a factored expression, and by the zero product property, you can set both sets of parentheses equal to 0 and solve for d. By doing inverse operations in the addition property of equality, we can go ahead and add 30 to both sides there. Then we'll go ahead and subtract 30 from this side, so d equals negative 30. Either one of these answers is sufficient to write down. Line R in the xy plane has a slope of 4 and passes through the point 0, 6. Which equation defines line R? Because we're looking at a line here, this is going to be in the format y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. What's nice here is that they also give you the y-intercept, but they don't exactly tell you that. Anytime that you have an x value of 0, you're going to have the y-intercept here. That's where the graph crosses the y-axis. Your slope is right here, and they're also telling you that you have a slope of 4. So what this equation is going to look like is this. Option D.